Struggling with dealing the way life is happening for you or certain circumstances in your life? Well, I got something for you today that's really going to help. Everything is happening for you. What's up, team? Welcome to another Psych Bite with me, David Mykel, your head coach at PSYFI. And today I want to talk about one of my biggest breakthroughs of 2021. The simple realization that everything, and I mean everything, is happening for me. Everything is happening for me. Now, let that settle in for a second, because if that's ruffling your feathers, you definitely got to pay attention to this one. Because for me, for a while, I couldn't simply believe this. But this is tied to everything we've ever studied in personal development, everything that's in all the ancient texts and spirituality, is that God, the universe, whatever, has greater ways than us, that we need to trust the process, trust that something greater is going on around us. I love how this has played out in 2021 for me in so many different ways, but I'm going to give you a few examples today and just let you see how it does come up in everyday life for me. So one of the things I was getting ready to do was buy a new car. I was all set up to buy this new car. I gave the people my credit card information, and then all of a sudden they told me the price changed. And of course they made it more expensive. Very unsatisfied with this. I kind of called them out on it. They wouldn't change their price. I wouldn't change my price. I felt violated. I let it go. Now I was very upset because I wanted this car. There was no other cars around, and it turns out I wasn't going to get this car that day. But I had to remind myself everything was happening for me. And a week later, I found the same car $1,000 cheaper. I just had to remember in that moment, everything was happening for me. Let me let go of the nonsense. I was flying down to Greensboro for a big presentation I was doing, and my flight got canceled after 3 hours of being delayed. I had to remind myself that everything was happening for me. What ended up happening, we did get down there. It wasn't in the time we thought it would, but instead of me being anxious about the presentation because it was so big that I had to do, I was totally cool as a cucumber. Why? Because I had used all that extra excited energy. Remember, anxiety and excitement are the same exact thing. All that excited energy on figuring out how to get there. So by the time I got to Greensboro, everything was fine. So realizing everything that's happening for you. Shakespeare has this amazing quote that I always love and I come back to frequently, is that nothing is neither good nor bad, but thinking makes it so. Nothing is neither good nor bad, but thinking makes it so. The way we observe this is to say something happening in the moment may seem bad, but then down the road, it ends up being the best thing that can happen to us. Me getting fired from my former career led me to create PSYFI. What are the things in your life that happened? There's definitely things that have happened throughout your life, your career, with your relationships, at your job, with your health, that maybe in the moment you thought it was terrible, but down the road you realize it's the best thing that could happen for you. This is why remembering in the moment, everything is happening for me, is such a powerful mantra. Now, this doesn't mean that some things are just going to suck. Sometimes we have things that happen to us we don't understand, and in the moment, they suck. Maybe it's the death of a loved one. Maybe it's the loss of something. It's usually revolving around loss. I'm not saying that this is a platitude to say everything's okay and rainbows and unicorns and kittens. No, sometimes life just sucks in the moment. But if you remember everything that's happening for you, this is going to give you a powerful way to deal with nearly everything that happens in your life, whether it's small, big, or everywhere in between. So I really want you to get this in a mantra for yourself today, guys. Remember, when something's happening and it doesn't seem to be the best thing in the world, give yourself this simple phrase: everything is happening for me. Everything is happening for me. And watch your mindset and ultimately your outcome transform in front of your eyes.